There's a dream you have. There's something that you've always wanted to do. Always. Ever since you were a kid or from many, many years ago. But you've never dared to give it a shot. You've never really thought about it seriously because somehow you've been intimidated by this. But you love it. Low key, you still love it. It's been a passion in you. I think it's about time you give this a shot. Enough of this whole, let's put it off, it's not in my league kind of deal. Wouldn't you agree? I would too. Hey world, my name is Pierre Adjodi, but you know that you can call me JP. Thank you so much for giving me your attention again today, and we're going to discuss something very important. And so, yeah, your passion, something you love that you never really allowed yourself to dive into. So first and foremost, I want you to think of that thing. There is definitely, obviously, somebody else in the world who is doing the same exact thing, who's probably excelling at it. So I want you to identify one of those people. Think about it. I'm sure you already have a person in mind. Now, you should study or look closely to that person. How did they get to where they're at? Which school did they go to? What did they study? What was their journey? This is very important because this is going to inspire you. Now, you got all that down. You need to understand, first of all, that you're not going to have the same journey because you're not him, you're not her. You're different, you're you. There's only one you in the world. Let's get that out of the way. All right? Now, today we live in a world where we have so much available for us. We live in a world of information. So, you've got so much material online at your disposal that is going to help you get gradually to where you want to be regarding this thing that you love doing. So before you get into it, I want you to try to change your mentality. Oh, I can't do this. This is out of my league. I'm not good enough for this and that. But you cannot shake that love that you have for it. You cannot shake that passion that you have for it. You think about it, you smile, it gets you excited and everything. And sometimes you sit on the couch, you wish that you could even try it for a day or for a second and stuff like that. Well, thank God you're still breathing, right? And so we need to do something about that. So change your mentality where you tell yourself every time, this is not for me. I'm not good enough for that. I can't achieve that. I can never get there. Change that mentality. What you need to do next is to use all the material available for you online, like I was just talking about earlier. Go to YouTube. Today, everything is on YouTube. How to this, how to that. Free. Why not use it? You got Google. You got Facebook. You have so much online that you can get started with. Get your feet wet. Let me give you an example. A year and a half or 2 years ago, I never shot a video. I never edited. I never did any of that. But inside of me, I've always wanted to do so for so many years. You know, growing up, I've always sang. I've always done music. And I've always gone to studios and I've shot a few videos, you know, during my life. And every time that we would go to places like that, let me talk about videos. Every time that I would shoot a video, pretty much I would have every idea up here. I knew how I wanted the video to start. I knew different things that I wanted to be done in the video, how I wanted the video to end. I had all the ideas. I just did not know how to put it into practice, how to execute what I had up here. So I will try my best to explain to videographers, to DPs, etc. And they'll try their best to achieve that. The other problem is that they'll try their best, but most often than not, it wouldn't quite be 100% what I had up here. Because I had the idea, they didn't. That's another reason why you need to get into whatever you love. Anyways, so what did I do? I told myself, you know what? Those people who do it, they're humans too, just like me. Actually, a lot of them actually had similar, paths, like me. I was like, if they can do it, and they're not some kind of ETs or whatever, then I can do it. I was just tired of, just thinking to myself that I can't do that, this is intimidating and all that. I just decided to put an end to it. And what I did was I went on YouTube and I typed how to shoot a video, how to film. I remember one of the first things regarding editing, I typed, because I had the software Final Cut. By the way, if you don't know, I edit with Final Cut Pro. So I typed on YouTube how to use Final Cut Pro complete tutorial. I can't remember which one exactly I learned, but it was an hour and so long. I did not care. That hour felt to me like 10 minutes because I was so hungry to learn, so hungry to know everything that I wanted to know, because I wanted to get to the point that I started shooting videos and editing already. I was like, give it to me. I sat through the video, watch it, pause it, open my software, kind of do whatever I was being taught in the video, step by step, and before you know it, I know how to edit. Nowadays, thank God, cameras are very cheap, very affordable. You don't need a very expensive camera. So I just got a camera, 300 and change bucks. I got a tripod, and boom, I started shooting. I started editing. Of course, I would make a lot of mistakes, go back to the videos. I would save the videos under private, under some playlists that I created on my YouTube. And I would go back to them, watch them, execute, go back, make some changes and everything. And gradually, along the way, I'm where I am right now. Now I still have a long ways to go, don't get me wrong, but I've covered a lot of ground too already. In case you don't know, everything that you see on this channel, I do it by myself. I shoot the videos by myself. I edit by myself. I record the songs in my room, my bedroom, by myself. I mix them by myself. I do everything by myself. What am I saying? You can do it. And don't fall into the excuse of, okay, this is not a one-man band job or this and that. No. I'll just give you an example. You can do it. It's not ideal, probably, depending on what it is, but it doesn't mean that you can't get it started. You see, the key is to get started. You've been putting this thing off for way too long now, and you're not getting any younger. What is the biblical reference of what I'm talking about? Because you guys know that I always have a biblical reference to everything that I take. The Bible says in Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Say that to yourself. Read that to yourself. And understand one thing, that it's not by might, it's not by power, but it's by the Spirit of God. See, God instilled in you so many skills. You have so much that you don't even know yet. You're still discovering yourself. I am too. So first you need to pray and ask the Lord to reveal to you that area that you need to excel in. And before you get started, pray and ask Him to be in the center of whatever you're doing. That is guaranteed success, my friends. As long as you have the Lord, you have Jesus, in the center of what you're doing, you cannot fail. Now, making mistakes and failing and losing some battles, there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually the best way to become the best, because you're preparing to win the war and you learn from your mistakes. That's another thing that I want to encourage you. Do not shy away from challenges, because challenges are necessary paths to success. There is no success story that hasn't gone through challenges, that hasn't gone through desert time, that hasn't gone through difficulties, hardship. Why would you shy away from it if that very thing is what's going to give you the biggest victory? And when you're done, when you're at the top, and when you're sharing your testimony, you're sharing your story with others, you are going to inspire a whole generation. You're going to make a whole lot of people want to follow your path. And yet, you don't want to do it just because you don't want to get into any hardships. It's time to quit the excuses and know that you can do it. Stop being intimidated. A lot of people are doing it already. You can do it too. That's why I just want to stop by and make this video real quick, because I feel like somebody needs to hear this. And hey, that's gonna be pretty much it for us today. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do. Just subscribe. All right, and make sure you click on the bell icon also. That's how you know when I upload a video, and I do that every week. I upload videos every week, so you want to stay on top of that. All right, I love you guys. Keep pushing forward, keep dwelling in the Lord, and like I usually say, shalom, homies.